Hello everyone and welcome back to Sonic the Hedgehog before the sequel. I'm One Wild Sheep, and today we are entering a water level. Now you guys might have seen the cutscene last time and might have noticed the fact that Sonic actually got hurt even though he has a shield. That's because this shield basically means that we can breathe infinitely underwater. So this is a water level without the dangers of a water level. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, basically, everything will act kind of like a normal stage where you have just speed along as fast as you can and get to the end. However, you have to compete with water physics now, which means the controls are just slightly more sluggish, the jump is a little bit more floaty, and it's overall a bit harder to manage. Oh, doesn't matter too much because we can still get to the end. One thing that's been introduced as well with this new water shield is the fact we can actually perform a double jump. While in the classic series, the water shield actually acted as a little bounce attack. In this game, it acts as a double jump, so you push the jump button twice and you get a tiny little bit of lift, allowing you to get to hard to reach places. It's I don't mind it actually, although I do prefer the bounce, because the height you get with the double jump is about the same as the height you can get with the bounce. But the major difference is you don't have to bounce off the floor to do it. And it's kind of a shame because I really enjoyed the bounce. But anyway, you might notice we're going through all these windy tubes. Basically, whenever you're going through all these tubes with fans, you need to move up and down to avoid spikes and lasers that are in the way. Just press up and down and you'll move up and down accordingly. It's not too difficult to manage, but just take your time. Although in those fan sections you will need to keep a lookout, because from what you can probably tell, spikes tend to blend in with the backgrounds in those tube sections. So I find myself running into spikes that I can't see properly because it takes pretty much 100% of my concentration to go, is that a spike? Is that a spike? No, that's art design. Where's the spikes? And then I get hit by the spikes and I go, oh, there's a spike there. But there we go, that's the end of Act 1. It's not too bad. I mean, this is actually not a bad water level for what it is, because normally water levels have the danger of drowning. But because this takes out the danger of drowning, and the physics aren't as badly damaged as they are in most games when you go underwater, I think it's actually pretty fun, and I think games should use this as an example on how to do water levels good, god damn it. I don't like water levels in games. But you'll see me rage about that as time goes on, because I don't think I've really done any LPs that require much water movement yet, apart from Labyrinth Sonic 1 at this time. But anyway, we're just continuing onward. Stage artwork is beautiful. I love how Eggman has this like ocean base underneath the Death Egg. It's pretty cool. The only thing that's really lacking is the Death Egg, you know, not the Death Egg, the Eggman sort of face that he likes to slap on everything. That's all this needs to be perfect. But you might have seen those blocks with little arrows that shot a little line of laser at me. Basically, those blocks, as you go past them, will shoot a laser beam, which will limit your movement when you're in the fan segments. It's not too big a deal, but I can see people dying quite a bit to that. But unfortunately, there's a lot of fans, and there's a lot of not so much platforming in this level. There's a lot of maneuvering instead, where you have to just move up and down. You just need to dodge all the obstacles. Although there is a platforming section coming up in Act 3, I believe, which is proper platforming, where you have to jump from area to area and you have to try and manage your route. But you know. But like I said, if you get hit with the shield, you'll lose rings. So just be careful. I'm so glad though you don't lose the shield, because that would be a death sentence for me. Because this game has a major problem with water levels, which you're actually going to see in the next act, because the next zone. Because the next zone is kind of like a pseudo water level, where it's half water, half not. Kind of like oh, what's the place called? One of the zones in Sonic 2 where it's half a water level. I forget. I was playing it the other day as well. How can I forget? Jesus. My memory's not working. One thing I must say though, the music in these water levels are perfect. They're very slow paced, they're very foreboding, sort of mysterious. And they give you that feeling of, oh my god, 10,000 leagues under the sea. My god, I must be like an adventurer. And I'm not doing an hour to the knee joke, don't worry. I wouldn't go that low. Or would I? I don't know. Water you think I am? Eh? Water you think I am? Cause get him underwater. Oh, I'm sorry. But this, like I said, the graphics and art design in the stage is very nice. I like how you can see little pillars in the sand in the background. And it's just little touches like that, like you've got little submarines over there just sort of floating by. But this is a section I was on about. Now you see all these pipes. You need to find the right area to jump up through the pipes. The dark pipes are completely solid and can't go through, but the white pipes you're allowed to jump up from the underneath of. So, if you know the level design of the segment good enough, or you can abuse physics like I just did, that was weird, you can pretty much go anywhere at any time in the stage. So it's not that bad, it's not that bad. I like the platform segments like this, it's different. You normally see platform segments that are really blocky. And this is how you do Sonic-y platforming. Lots of slopes and curves. It's all good. Now those fish bandits that move very slowly, yet another enemy in this game that moves slowly. I'm seeing a trend. As they have a little bit of an invincibility frame where they'll start to spark in a small electric burst. It is very easy to not tell if they're doing that, because the little electricity sprites they have is usually pretty low, it's pretty small, so it is hard to notice. Anyway, this right here is a special switch. See that fish above you, or above me? This fish shoots lasers periodically. We need to stand on a switch up until all the lights on the bottom turn blue. Once they all turn blue, you can move on, and Bob's your uncle. I think this is the only time in the game that switch appears, so don't need to worry too much about it. I'm surprised they don't use that mechanic a bit more though, because I can imagine a couple of pretty interesting puzzles involving enemy dodging that could go with that. For example, you could have like a couple of different enemy types that try and hit you, and you need to like jump at the right times. I don't know. I think it's underutilized, that little gimmick, which is a shame. And normally gimmicks are overutilized in Sonic games. What are the chances? But then again, this is a fan game. Not everything's gonna be like Sonic Team level. I mean, quality-wise, everything's here, but you know, you can't expect them to do the same sort of ideas as Sonic Team or Dimps. God forbid. That's why I don't mind Dimps. They're not a bad company. They do their job just fine. But there we go. There's Act 3 cleared. Very calm, very slow, I guess, stage. And let's see how many lives we obtained in the special zone. Now, this special zone actually ended interestingly, because halfway through the special zone, you go into like it's sort of like a pipe chute. Now, whenever it goes into like the pipe chutes, you just move up and down and collect rings. So we got 2 extra lives. Very easy zone to get some lives in. So there's that. Now it's time for the hardest boss in the entire game. I am not joking, folks. This boss fight will give you a run for your money. Now what you have to do is, there's 2 types of bombs he's going to shoot out at you. First is the sort of circular bombs, and then there's the pointy bombs. The circular bombs you need to hit back at him until he blows up. And then there's the pointy bombs that you can't touch. If you touch them, the explosion they produce will be bigger. Now this is a really hard boss fight, primarily because it is just absolutely awful to try and hit bombs properly. As you can see, I actually lost 2 lives before I got this footage. But all you really need to do is just jump up, hit the circular bombs, dodge the pointy ones. And the problem with the pointy bombs is, as soon as the tip hits the floor, they explode. Now, you might think that's normal, that's what a bomb normally does, isn't it? Yes. But the way I think of things is, it needs to be quite a bit of the spray to touch the floor before it explodes. So, I've always sort of just kept running, jumping way too late, thinking, oh, the bomb's gonna explode quite a while away. But with that, the water decides it has a seizure, and that's the boss clear. And I don't understand the whole 3 Sonics thing there. I think it's a glitch. It's quite a weird one, that. But anyway, Tails getting taken off. You might think he's getting sent to a roboticizer or some sort of capsule. Well, I guess this is kind of like a capsule. Because this stage... Oh, I've gotten so many deaths in this stage. Welcome to Perilous Paradise. The name does not lie. This stage is very perilous. And this is the half water, half land stage I mentioned before. Now you got these giant cannon enemies that, when underwater, they do nothing to you. When you're underwater, the cannon bandits will basically shoot you backwards. However, when they are above water, they will shoot a giant egg-shaped blast at you. And this egg-shaped blast, well, it can quite easily catch you because it's freaking huge. But the music in the stage is perfect. I love this song so much. But as you're moving on, bear note you're underwater and you don't have the water shield. So whenever you see water bubbles like that, you will actually have to jump into them whenever possible because you have limited air. You don't want to run out of air. And that is probably the biggest reason why you die. Especially with me, because water bubbles in a stage, they tend to have a glitch. A very bad glitch as well. Where the actual graphics for the water the water bubble loads, but the hitbox for the water bubble doesn't load. So what'll happen is you'll see the water bubble, but you'll just pass through it, and you won't actually collect it, so you won't be able to get extra air. And I've actually died to this so many times. It is unbelievable how often it happens. And from what I've gathered, it seems to happen when you leave the screen that the water bubbles is on, then go back to it. That's when it seems to happen, so just bear that in mind, and good luck. The stage overall though is very well made, it's pretty average. And also, extra life there if you want it. It's kind of hidden behind the trees. Well, not too badly hidden, but you're going to see me collect quite a few hidden lives at this point onwards in the game, because extra lives start to become very, very more often a thing. Probably the developer knows not everyone's good at Sonic games. Some people might have a few issues with this. I wish Sonic Mega Mix had... Actually no, Sonic Mega Mix I never had trouble with lives, actually, tell a lie. On Sonic Mega Mix, I mainly had a problem with just the level design as a whole. I had more than enough lives to get through, I just died so often that I found it too frustrating to bother. But anyway, got these little monkey bar platforms here. What you need to do is basically jump on them, hang on them until they start shaking. When they start shaking, you'll jump, let go of the button, and continue moving. And it's quite interesting. So by your end of this section, you go to the second monkey bar, because the other one leads to a dead end, I believe. And I always have an issue, but I always automatically go right whenever I jump off them, even though I'm meant to go left. I think that's like the classic games programmed to go right into my brain. This probably also doesn't help that most platforms went right to win. Super Luigi Brothers changes that, but that's a Wii U game, isn't it? Well, a Wii U port / modification of an NES game, but I digress. So, Act 2, similar things as Act 1. Watch out for those bandits that are hiding behind the metal pipes. They throw these little tridents at you, and it is so easy to get clipped by those tridents, it is unbelievable. So, if you see those things, try and move as fast as you can, or just try and back up behind to where the bandit is before the trident hits you, because it can be a real pain to deal with. A real menace, if you will. But, like I said, music, it's like the the fourth part I've mentioned music in. It's just, you can't blame me. It sounds perfect. I mean, if I were to show this to a friend now, they wouldn't believe it's a fan game. They really wouldn't. But oh my god, what just happened? Yes, explosions. If you noticed that earlier on in the level there's actually a missile shooting out. Don't worry too much because there's no explosions that'll come out of nowhere that'll kill you or do anything to you. It's mainly just an art design sort of thing to give you that feel of epic adrenaline rush. Like, oh god, I gotta get out of here. But it's not that big a deal. Although coming up pretty shortly is actually a part where I kind of got lost in, because I found the level design in the stage in particular to be pretty confusing. Anyways, see that bubble? That exact set of bubbles there? We're gonna see him again shortly. And the second time we see him isn't fun. But yeah, you saw those blue platforms. I was actually meant to climb up them on the right there. But I got really confused. I was like, wait, what? Should I go up there? I'm confused. Because some blue platforms you can go through, some you can't. Those ones happen to be ones you can go through, so there we are. I do figure it out as soon as I die, pretty much. So here I am. Oh, come on, bubble, bubble. Give me the bubble, please. And when it does give me a bubble, as you can see, I'm jumping through the bubbles. It's like, no, 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 I need the bubble. Damn you, fan creator. So overall, it can be very annoying. So don't dilly-dally. don't do this mistake I did. Just jump. Whenever you don't know where to go, jump. Up seems to be a good viable option normally. But that's the only death you'll actually see from these bubbles now. It's very annoying. I don't understand why the hitbox doesn't load. I really wish that glitch got fixed by the time this version of the game released, but that was 2 years ago. I don't think they're making another version of this game. Sadly, they could fix a few issues. Well, that's the only major issue I really ran into, which was that glitch, so eh. Watch out for the ball and chain as well, which should go without saying. The ball and chain, it's awkward, especially in underwater levels, because again, you run sluggisher, you jump a bit slower and more floaty. It's very easy to run into, very difficult to avoid. But I think this is pretty much the end of Act 2 now, somewhere along the lines. I think it's is this Act 2? Yeah, it's Act 2. So there we go, end of Act 2. Now, Act 3 isn't too much different. There isn't much really to say about Act 3 in particular, apart from the color scheme decided to completely change for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe this is the burnt area of the thing, of the place that was exploded earlier. I don't know. But you think if it was burnt to be a little bit more grey, a little bit more broken. But that's the cannon fire from those giant cannon barracks I mentioned. They're huge. You can't really dodge it if it shoots it at you. So, just don't take too long. Now this might slip some people up. Get the speed shoes by here, and you want to run back up the hill. Because, as you can see, you're meant to jump off by here. This might slip some people up because it is kind of like a hard jump to see. And I've had a few issues where I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? Someone please think of me. Screw the children, it's all about me. But anyway, just continue moving onwards. Again, no, this music kind of gives me some Billy Hatcher vibes. If anyone's played Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, the music sounds really similar to me. Or some other Sonic Team games, I don't know. It's been a while since I played Billy Hatcher actually. It might be a good LP for the channel. If I actually get good at the game. I'm horrible at Billy Hatcher. But yeah, this stage kind of acts exactly the same as the previous ones. You're in water a bit less in this act compared to the other acts, so I think it's one of the levels where you just need to try and run through as quick as you can. Also, be careful of those spikes. I don't know what happened there, but I managed to pick up a ring instantly as I got hit. So I don't know what happened with that. That's quite weird. So checkpoint. It won't be long till the end of the stage now. It's fairly shortish level. I can't complain about it. Got a lot of these platforms that'll break as well if you stand on them. So, just try and be quick. It's a Sonic game, don't you know? Gotta be fast. Whoa! Also, I'm very confused. Why are there signs of Eggman and Sonic all around? Because I assume this is Eggman's base. Why would he have Sonic pictures everywhere? Unless his screens, his cameras are like hooked up to the signposts just to check on the status of the signposts that you put around all the zones for whatever reason, and it just happens that Sonic cleared them all. I don't know. But oh my god, I'm gonna die again! Am I gonna die again? No, I'm not. Because I wouldn't leave another death like that in, would I? Unless it was stupid again, yeah I would, but you know. Well, I only ever show off one death at least whenever I do die. I don't go to restart levels. I show off one death and then ignore any consecutive deaths after that to keep the playthrough going. Because I'm not perfect at the game, people. I'm not perfect at any of these games. But I want to keep the LPs going along just fine. The only Sonic games I can really safely say I'll probably get through without getting killed is most of the 3D games and Sonic 2. And maybe 3 and Knuckles. Yeah, Sonic 3 and Knuckles I'm also quite good at. So, Act 3 cleared. Not bad at all. So how many lives do we get in the special zone? We got 3 dots. What? I think that's a glitch. I think we have 3 lives, but the way you did the graphics score went, no, you have 3 dots. Now the music in this stage I love because it's the chase of the bumblebee, goddammit. You gotta love this song. Actually, it kind of reminds me of Crash Twinsanity. Crash Twinsanity kind of had a lot of music that was in a similar style to this. You know, Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity now on the PS2 and the GameCube and Xbox. But the difference was on that, all the music was pretty much all a cappella, so it's bum bum ba da bum bum ba da. If you get what I mean. But yeah, perfect song. This boss fight is quite tricky though. He's gonna shoot laser beams and he has a very simple pattern. So what you need to do is basically jump on all the raised platforms you see as you're running through, and when you get a chance, boop him, and just rinse and repeat this. It is kind of long, kind of tricky, and it goes between 3 different patterns. First he's going to do a pattern where he's just going to shoot a straight laser beam on the floor. Then he's going to do the diagonal pattern. Then after that he's just going to go fly back and forth once or twice. And then he's going to rinse and repeat this. There's nothing, he doesn't throw out any special tricks, he doesn't go all ultra fancy. But be on your toes, especially when you have 0 rings. When you have 0 rings, oh my god. You might die. So yeah, be careful, make use of Tails' flying to dodge lasers, or if you don't, you could just get hit by the lasers and pick up the rings if you're that good. Which I like to think I am. Anyway, easy fight, doesn't take long to get to deal with. With that, that's that folks, so thank you guys for watching, hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, appreciate a like and comment to the video. Don't be sheepish people, I'll catch you all in part 5. Thanks for watching, see you then. Bye!